ever think about those things that connect us all, like family, the place we call home, and maybe that drive to make things better for ourselves and the people we love.
Yeah, definitely. Those are some pretty universal experiences.
And they're right at the heart of what we're diving into today.
Exactly.
We're taking a look at Pearl S. Buck's novel, The Good Earth.
Oh, that's a great one.
It follows the life of Wang Lung, a Chinese farmer.
And his family, right.
Yeah.
It's this whole sweeping saga.
It is. And we're not just talking about like a simple farm life story here.
No, not at all.
I mean, through Wang Lung and his family, and across generations even, we get to see some pretty big themes play out.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you've got that constant struggle for a better life, the harsh realities of poverty, and how tradition holds on even as things change around it.
Yeah, and that's what I think is so cool about this book.
Totally.
Like, the specifics might be about a certain time and place,
Right.
but the core stuff, the emotions, the hopes, the losses, that's something we can all relate to.
Absolutely. Those are human experiences that connect us all, no matter who we are or where we're from.
So when we first meet Wang Lung, he's about to get married.
Okay.
And it's interesting, right? He's got this idea of what a wife should be.
Oh, yeah.
But his father has a completely different view.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you've got the young guy with maybe some idealistic views of beauty and romance, but his father's focused on the practicalities.
Exactly.
Like back then, especially in their situation, you needed a wife who could work the land, run the household, and most importantly, have sons.
Sons were key.
Oh, absolutely, to carry on the family line and all that. I mean, Wang Lung's father even says straight out that beauty can actually be a problem.
It could distract from the important stuff.
Right, the real work that needed to be done.
And that's how they end up with O-lan,
O-lan, yeah.
a slave from a wealthy family, the Huangs.
Okay,
And Wang Lung's first reaction to her, well, he's not exactly thrilled.
I can imagine. He's probably got this image in his head of a beautiful wife. And then he meets O-lan, who's known for being plain.
Yeah, and it shows just how wrapped up he is in appearances at this point.
Right. But it also shows how quickly those romantic notions can fade when faced with reality. I mean, he needs a partner to survive, someone who can help him on the farm.
Practicality wins out.
It often does, especially back then.
There's this one little moment early on with a barber.
A barber. Okay, what happens?
It's small, but it really highlights how strong traditional values were at that time.
Oh, I see, like a clash between the old ways and something new.
Exactly. So Wang Lung wants to cut off his braid. It was becoming a more modern style,
Okay.
but he hesitates. He won't do it without his father's permission.
That's interesting. I mean, it's just a haircut, right? But it shows how much respect they had for their elders, for tradition. You didn't just go making big changes on your own.
And then there's this kind of awkward first meeting between Wang Lung and O-lan
Oh, yeah. Where does that happen?
at the Huang family's house.
Okay.
He goes there to, basically claim his bride,
Right, right.
but he's totally out of his element.
Oh, I bet. He's a poor farmer going to this grand house, trying to deal with servants and stuff.
Yeah, and you can tell he's uncomfortable.
It's that social divide. He's not used to this world of wealthy families and elaborate customs. He probably feels out of place, like he doesn't belong.
Totally. And then there's the old mistress, the woman running the Huang household.
Okay, what about her?
The way she explains why she's giving O-lan away as a wife is just so blunt.
It's a business transaction.
Yeah, she's like, O-lan's not pretty, so she won't tempt my men. She's, well, mostly a virgin, so your kids will be legitimate. And by doing this good deed, I'll earn some merit in the eyes of the gods.
Wow, no sugarcoating there. It really shows how people were viewed back then, especially women. They were commodities,
Yeah.
valuable for specific purposes.
And the wedding itself.
Yeah, what's it like?
Simple, like incredibly simple.
Really?
Yeah, just a focus on the earth gods and burning incense.
It speaks to how central the land was to their lives. Their whole existence depended on the harvest, so honoring the earth gods was paramount.
It's their whole world.
Exactly, and the lack of any fancy rituals shows their humble status. They're not concerned with appearances, just with survival.
But even without all the fanfare, Wang Lung and O-lan start to connect.
Not in a romantic, lovey-dovey way, right?
No. It's more through their shared work on the land.
It's a practical bond, forged through shared effort and the daily grind of survival. They're literally side by side, tilling the soil, planting seeds, nurturing life together. That creates a connection that goes beyond words.
And then O-lan announces that she's pregnant.
Okay, so a new life is on the way. How does Wang Lung take it?
He's not overjoyed right away.
Really? Why not? I mean, a child is usually good news.
It is, but his first thoughts are about the farm work.
Ah, I see. He's thinking practically, like, how will her pregnancy affect their labor, their ability to get everything done?
Right, it highlights that constant pressure to just survive.
Yeah, for a farmer, every pair of hands is crucial.
Hmm?
But then the first son is born, and that's a huge deal for Wang Lung.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so proud.
And you make sure everyone knows.
The red eggs, right. He shares them with the whole village.
Exactly.
It's a big cultural symbol. New life, good fortune, and especially for a son. He's the future of the family line, the one who'll work the land and carry on the name. For Wang Lung, it's a moment of validation, of securing his legacy.
And they have more kids.
Okay, how many?
They have another son and then a daughter.
And the reactions are probably different, right?
Oh, yeah. Sons are celebrated.
Of course. More help on the farm, more sons to carry on the name. It's all part of the patriarchal system.
And the daughter.
She's probably seen as less important.
It's sad, but she's almost dismissed. Like, she's not worth mentioning.
It reflects the harsh realities of their world. A daughter wouldn't inherit the land, she wouldn't work the fields in the same way. And sadly, in many cultures back then, that meant she wasn't valued as highly.
And then Wang Lung's uncle enters the picture.
Oh, this is the one who causes trouble, right?
Yeah, he and his family, they basically become parasites.
Taking advantage of Wang Lung's kindness.
Exactly.
It's a classic story, right?
Mm.
The moment you start doing well, suddenly you have relatives coming out of the woodwork.
And this uncle's got this air of entitlement about him.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this hint that he's got connections to bandits.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. It creates this underlying tension, like a warning that Wang Lung's newfound prosperity might attract unwanted attention.
Exactly.
And it sets up this contrast with O-lan.
Oh, how so?
She's incredibly resourceful.
She is.
Like, she's amazing at managing the household and saving money.
Wang Lung's out working in the fields, and she's making sure everything runs smoothly at home.
She's defying expectations, too. I mean, she's not just fulfilling the traditional role of wife and mother. She's smart, she's practical, and she's got this incredible ability to stretch their resources.
She even repairs things instead of just tossing them out.
That's smart.
Yeah, she's thinking long term. And her saving habits, that's crucial to their success.
Totally. It shows a different kind of strength, a quiet but essential contribution to their growing security.
And then the good harvests come.
Okay, so things are looking up for them.
Oh, yeah, they're doing well. And it's really shown during the New Year celebrations.
Oh, I love how those are described in the book. It's like you could feel the excitement and the joy.
Yeah, they get new clothes, good food, even gifts for the Huang family.
Wow, the same family they got O-lan from.
It shows how far they've come. They can afford luxuries now, things they couldn't even dream of before.
It's interesting, right? O-lan is still careful.
Oh, yeah, she's not letting things go to waste.
She's still rationing, making sure they're presenting a good image to the world. It shows that even with their success, they're still navigating this complex social hierarchy.
And Wang Lung, he wants more.
More what? More kids.
More security, more status. He wants to buy land.
Ah, the ultimate sign of prosperity and stability.
And he sets his sights on land owned by the Huangs.
Wow, so the tables are turning.
They are. And there's this moment when the agent, the guy handling the sale,
Yeah.
he just casually mentions the Huang's opium addiction.
It's like a side note, but it's so telling.
It highlights their downfall. They were once this powerful family, but now they're struggling, consumed by this addiction.
It's a reminder that fortune can change quickly. What goes up can come down just as fast.
And it's almost a foreshadowing.
How so?
Like, Wang Lung's acquiring wealth, but there are dangers lurking. Opium's already present, and it could easily become a problem for him and his family, too.
It's like a subtle warning.
It is. But for now, things are good. Until, well, they aren't.
What happened?
Drought hits.
Oh no, that's devastating for a farmer.
And then famine.
Things go from bad to worse. They're facing starvation now.
And O-lan, she gets pregnant again.
Oh wow, talk about bad timing.
Yeah, Wang Lung's not happy about it.
I mean, I get it. They're already struggling to feed themselves, and now another mouth to feed.
And it shows that tension between the joy of new life and the harsh realities of survival.
Exactly. In good times, a pregnancy is a blessing. But when you're facing starvation, it's another burden.
They're desperate for food, but Wang Lung can't bring himself to kill the ox.
The ox, that's their main work animal, right?
It is, but it's more than that. It represents his connection to the land, his identity as a farmer.
Killing it would be like admitting defeat, surrendering to the famine.
Exactly.
And O-lan, She's incredible during all this.
Jesus.
She's quietly finding ways to feed the family.
Even though she's pregnant, even though they've lost a child, a stillborn daughter.
She just keeps going. It's heartbreaking, but it also shows her incredible strength and resilience. She's the backbone of this family, even if it's often unnoticed.
But eventually they have to make a choice.
What choice?
Sell the ox.
Oh, man. That's a huge sacrifice.
It's a symbol of their livelihood.
And their connection to the land. Selling it means giving up a part of themselves, a part of their identity.
But they have to. They need the money to survive.
So what do?
They leave their land and head south.
Where do they go?
To the city.
On the fire wagon.
An early train.
Okay, so they're thrust into this completely different world.
Yeah, it's a huge change.
And the city's full of food, right?
It is. Markets overflowing with everything.
But they're still starving.
Yeah, the irony is brutal. They're surrounded by abundance, but they can't afford any of it.
It's a stark reminder of the inequality that exists, the gap between the rich and the poor.
And O-lan, she uses her past to help them.
Her past.
She used to be a slave in a wealthy household.
Ah, so she knows how to navigate this urban world.
Yeah, she builds them a shelter out of scraps. She begs for food. It's not something she's proud of, but she does what she has to do to survive.
It shows a different side of her, this hidden strength and resourcefulness born out of hardship.
Wang Lung, though, he really struggles in the city.
I can imagine. He's a farmer at heart. This urban environment is foreign to him.
He ends up pulling a rickshaw.
That's backbreaking work.
It is. And he feels like an outsider, watching this whole other world go by, but not really being a part of it.
He sees the social hierarchy, the unrest, but it's all at a distance. He's not connected to it emotionally. His heart's still back on his land.
And that's what eventually draws him back.
Yeah, the city was just a temporary escape. His true sense of belonging is on his land.
Exactly. And then their luck changes again.
Oh, how so? Did they win the lottery or something?
Not quite, but it's almost as dramatic. They find gold.
Gold. Wow. Where?
In the midst of a war, chaos everywhere.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time.
It is. And this sudden wealth, it gives them the means to go home.
To rebuild their lives.
Exactly. They fix up their house, they buy new things. It's a fresh start.
It's a powerful symbol of their resilience. They were broken, they were forced to leave everything behind, but they came back stronger.
And O-lan, she's got a secret stash of jewels.
Jewels. Where did those come from?
Her past, from when she was a slave in that wealthy house.
Wow, she's been holding on to that. It's like this hidden part of her life, a reminder of where she came from.
And it adds to their wealth.
So they're doing really well now.
They are. And Wang Lung's ambitions grow. He wants to buy more land, specifically from the Huang family.
Oh, that's interesting. So the family that was once so powerful is now selling off their land to the former farmer who was once so beneath them.
The tables have turned.
It shows that cycle of fortune, right? How things can change so drastically.
And Wang Lung, he even starts investing in his son's education.
He wants them to have a better life, to rise above their circumstances.
Exactly.
It's a sign of his changing values, his desire for something more than just working the land.
But wealth, it brings complications.
Oh, I bet. It can change people, create new problems.
Wang Lung, he buys a concubine, a woman named Lotus.
Oh, wow. That's a big step.
Mm.
And it definitely causes tension with O-lan.
Huge tension. She resents Lotus, and she resents Wang Lung for bringing her into their home.
It's a betrayal. Wang Lung is seeking pleasure, status, something outside of their traditional marriage.
And he starts changing, too.
In what way?
He dresses differently, he acts differently, he's embracing this more affluent lifestyle.
It creates a distance between him and O-lan. Their values are diverging. He's caught up in this new world, while she remains grounded in the life they built together.
And then his uncle comes back.
Oh, no, not him again.
Yeah, he's like a bad penny.
Always turning up at the worst time.
And he brings trouble, as usual.
What kind of trouble this time?
He introduces opium into Wang Lung's household.
Uh-oh. That's dangerous. It's like a poison seeping into their lives.
It is, and it sets up all these new conflicts.
Especially with the sons, right? They're growing up. They have their own ideas.
Yeah, they're not content to just be farmers anymore.
They've been educated. They've seen the world outside their village. They have ambitions.
One wants to be a merchant. Another wants to join the army. And the youngest, he's a scholar.
Wow. So different paths. And Wang Lung, he probably struggles to understand them.
He does. He's stuck in his ways and his view of what a good life should be. He doesn't see their ambitions as valuable or worthwhile.
It's that generational divide. The world is changing, and the younger generation is embracing those changes, while the older generation clings to tradition.
And then there's Pear Blossom,
Pear Blossom, who's that?
a young maid who comes to work in their house.
Okay.
And both Wang Lung and his youngest son are attracted to her.
Oh, wow, that's complicated.
It creates this weird tension, this competition between father and son.
It also adds another layer to Wang Lung's changing character. He's aging, but he's still seeking affection, attention, perhaps even validation.
And all this is happening as O-lan's health starts to fail.
Oh no, that's sad.
It is. And Wang Lung, he finally starts to see her differently.
He's realizing what he's had all along.
He sees her strength, her sacrifices, all the things he took for granted.
It's a bittersweet realization coming so late in their lives.
But it's there. And even as she's dying, O-lan's focused on her family.
She arranges her eldest son's wedding,
Yeah, even in her weakened state, she's still the one holding everything together.
ensuring the family's future.
And her final words, they're so revealing.
What's she say?
She talks about her insecurities, how she always felt plain and unattractive.
I can't imagine carrying that burden for so long. It speaks volumes about the pressures women faced back then.
And she expresses pride in her sons.
They were her legacy, her contribution to the family line.
And after she dies, Wang Lung buries her with his father on their land.
That's powerful.
And he regrets taking those pearls from her.
The pearls she'd kept hidden.
Yeah, it's a small thing, but it represents a bigger regret.
He's regretting not appreciating her more when she was alive.
Exactly. He valued wealth, status, even a younger woman over the woman who had stood by him through thick and thin.
It's a lesson learned too late.
In his old age, Wang Lung becomes more and more isolated.
His sons are busy with their own lives now.
Yeah, they're focused on managing the wealth he built, pursuing their own ambitions.
He's surrounded by family, by the success he worked so hard for, but he's alone.
And he still finds comfort in the land.
He goes back to the old house, walks through the fields.
It's his connection to the past, to his roots. It's where he finds peace.
It's a reminder of where he came from, what truly matters in the end.
And he even picks out his burial plot.
On his land, I'm assuming.
Where else? It's his final resting place, a symbol of his connection to the earth.
It's coming full circle.
In the last scene, his sons are helping him.
They're taking care of him in his old age.
But they see the land differently.
For them, it's not the source of life, the center of their world.
It's just property.
It highlights that shift in values across generations. What was once sacred is now just an asset.
So we've seen Wang Lung's journey.
From poverty to prosperity.
And we've seen these big themes play out, these universal experiences.
The ups and downs of fortune, the ties that bind families together, that deep connection to the land, and how tradition clashes with progress.
And I think the question for us, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah, what's the takeaway for all of us listening?
in a world that's always changing, how do we hold on to what matters? How to balance moving forward with remembering where we came from?
Something to think about. And maybe, if you're curious to explore these ideas further, pick up a copy of The Good Earth. It's a story that'll stay with you.
It will.